Hi, I'm Daniela, a financial planner here at First Super. Today we're going to talk about the rules around transferring your KiwiSaver and all you need to know before you do that move. I am joined today by our two KiwiSaver transfer experts. We have Lou, our coordinator, and Adrian from the contact center.
Hello.
So Lou, we've heard about the benefits of transferring the KiwiSaver to Australia. Could you please tell me, if I want to make that transfer over to Australia, what do I need to know?
Yes, essentially the first thing you need to know is that KiwiSaver can only be transferred to a fund that accepts KiwiSaver. Now, out of the 130 odd superannuation funds in Australia, we're one of a handful at First Super that can accept KiwiSaver. You can't transfer over your KiwiSaver to a self-managed super fund, you must know that though. So only to an approved fund, a complying fund, and we're one of those that can accept them. And the last point is, once you transfer your KiwiSaver to a complying fund in Australia, you can then on-foot it to another fund. However, that other fund that you might potentially transfer it to must also only be able to accept KiwiSaver as well.
So Lou, how much of the KiwiSaver can I transfer over to Australia?
Yeah, good question. So there are limits in regards to how much you can transfer across. The simple answer is that it's 120,000 in the first year. However, you can utilise a bring forward rule and bring up to $360,000 over a 3-year period. So there can be instances where you might bring across more than 120 in one hit, and then essentially what that then does is triggers the bring forward rule, which reduces the amount in the following years. So an example there would be is that where you brought across 150,000, for example, straight away you've triggered the bring forward rule, which means that you've utilised the 120 from the first year, you've utilised the rest of it in that second year, and then you've got the full amount for the third year still to bring in.
And are we talking about New Zealand dollars or Australian dollars?
Well, essentially when your money comes across, it is converted to Australian dollars, so those contribution limits are in Australian dollars. So you might think that you're transferring across, say, 70,000, but by the time it gets converted, it might be, say, 65,000.
Okay. And if I have more than 360,000 Australian dollars worth of KiwiSaver, can I still transfer it?
No.
Okay. Nice and
Simple
clear.
answer.
Adrian, a question for you. Let's say I'm a New Zealander, transferred my KiwiSaver to Australia, planning to move in Australia. Something happens, I need to move back to New Zealand. Can I bring back that KiwiSaver back to New Zealand?
Absolutely, we understand things can happen and a Kiwi might want to go back to New Zealand, and we can absolutely cater for that. So it's a very simple process, and it's essentially the same process in reverse. So all a member will need to do is to get in contact with us and request an application form. And the good news is that Kiwi can transfer both the KiwiSaver amount and the Australian component as well.
That's amazing. That's good to know. Thanks for that. So in summary, you can transfer the KiwiSaver over to Australia, but it has to be a KiwiSaver approving fund. There are limits around how much you can transfer. So as Lou said, it's 120 per year, or you could bring 360,000 in one go, Australian dollars. Right. But that will trigger the bring forward rule. And if you have more than 360,000 Australian dollars worth, unfortunately you can't bring it over. Thank you so much for joining in today. And remember, if you have any questions about KiwiSaver, please get in touch with us. We have our contact center, we have the coordinators team, the financial planners team, and also a live chat on our website. Until next time, thank you so much.